Hey, hey, see you in church. It's Manuel. I thought I'd talk about something that I've talked before, and women explode and go crazy. Um, and I guess I leave things out, so I'm gonna start it from the beginning. I will not be telling the name of the people because they might be somewhere and you'll find them and you'll say a bunch of stupid shit to them, and it's not stupid. That's the way they want to live. God bless them. They have a happy relationship, and I'm thinking that they've been together already about over 50 years. Anyway, I met this girl through work. She was okay. She could be a jerk. Anyway, and then I met her husband at one of the events that when we get together. And we were talking, and I told him how long have they been married, and he was like, "Oh, we've been married," and he told me, and I said, "Oh." I said, "Well, that's cool. You found somebody you love and everything." He goes, "Yeah." He says, "But there's a little, our marriage is a little different than most." And I said, "Why is that?" He says, "Well, I am normal Hispanic and I love long, beautiful, luxurious hair. But I notice all the women go clip, 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 look like a guy. And I'm not attracted to guys." So he says, one day, my wife says to me, uh, "You're not going to bald yourself. All you guys have beautiful, thick black hair. But the moment you get married, your whole family balds yourself. You never know if you went bald because you're already bald." She goes, "I find bald heads disgusting and gross. And I want you to make me a deal that you never bald your head as long as I live." And he says, "Okay, then you cannot cut your hair short as long as I live. I love your beautiful, beautiful black wavy hair." He says, "Do you set it?" And she goes, "Oh no, this is normal. I just brush it and I wash it." And they really talk to each other. I thought that's what's beautiful about them. They really talk to each other. So it was interesting. He goes and gets a plate for her. They sit down. He knows what she likes. They eat together, they talk, and I'm like, if we could only all have a relationship like that. I said, "Why is she such a jerk in real life with us?" It's just weird. Anyway, so as time goes on, I hear this storyline about there's this friend of hers who's been cruising her man, and she's blaming him. I'm like, from what? He's not really, to me, he's not that attractive. But, you know, to each his own. What's attractive to me is not going to be attractive to you. But this girl, she's been cruising him, and he's getting the hate for it, and he says that. And I said, "Well, tell her, look, I love you. That's it. If you're seeing thing, that's between you and her. You go and you tell her to fuck off." He told her. Plus, it's if you do that, I'll be appreciative because it's really annoying that she cruises me and she has the habit of touching my arm, and I hate that. I don't like to be touched. I'm like that too. So anyway, she tells him that, and they both had made that deal, not to cut their hair, and they won't be seen together in public together. So there they are. And all of a sudden, to punish her and him for no reason, she cuts her hair short. And I had already heard, that he'd been working nights. And he told me he was working nights to buy her an anniversary. No, it was a birthday gift of a brand new car. and he said he only needed 2 more nights. Then all of a sudden she shows up at work with short hair, and I'm like, what the hell? But I don't say anything. I stay quiet. And then I hear later on that their anniversary came up, and he brought home a steak dinner for her and took pictures of himself enjoying himself in the restaurant eating a delicious steak dinner. Because their deal was if either of them had cut their hair, they would never be seen with them in public. So she cut her hair to punish him for something he wasn't doing. So he didn't take her to dinner on their anniversary. He went and had a great meal and took pictures. I was like, okay. Now, every woman I know, except for a couple that are smart, go crazy. Oh, no one tells me that I can't cut my hair. That wasn't the deal. He was never going to shave his head bald like his family. He didn't even want to. And she will never cut her hair short. And I think, though, if she was like my mom, getting headaches from her long hair, that's why my mom didn't wear her hair long, was because she would get horrible migraines from the weight of her hair. He would have let her cut her hair. But this was just her being silly and stupid. So he went, got a great dinner, brought her home a great dinner, from what I understand. It was really good. And had pictures taken and showed them to her. And I laughed. I thought it was just too funny. And she told everybody at work, everybody understood what was going on. Now, in real life, I'm stupid and I tell this story, and the women just explode. I had one older woman. This was during the AIDS ride, Ride for Life, Cycle for Life, I think it was called, Life Cycle. Anyway, during that ride, I had one long-haired old woman go crazy because of that story I told. And it's a true thing, but it's somebody else's thing. And they were there going, oh, if my husband and blah, blah, blah. I said, but you're not married to him. You don't have the same deal. And they would explode and they'd go back and forth. Another girl acted so dumb. And I'm like, oh my God. So then there was this one young, beautiful woman that I talked to when I helped her make her shirt look different. And we talked. I told her about what was going on, and she says, but what does that have to do with you? I said, I told the story, so they're all angry at me because I told them the story. I said, this is their relationship. It works for them. They've been together for years. I saw her husband not too long ago, and I said, how's your wife doing? He says, oh, she's having arthritis problem, and I told him a couple of stuff I've heard of, and he says, oh great, I haven't heard of that one. So he was going to go buy it. Anyway, he told me about that she was fine. They're still together. And that deal they have works for them. And these other people, they're divorced, married, and they get mad. Well, that's their problem. That's theirs. But theirs is a happy relationship. But I thought it was just too funny how all these women got so angry over a relationship that has nothing to do with them. What do you think? Do you think that, and I guess they're putting themselves in that situation. But for myself, if I made a deal with my significant other, because I would be talking to that person and sharing and everything, and they broke our deal, I think I would do the same thing. I would forgive them, of course, but in the long run, I would keep to the T, because see, you made a deal, and then if you don't keep to it, you're a liar. You know what I mean? And I don't want to be a liar. If I promise you something, I will stick to it. Usually. Now, if you had migraines like my mom, that's just stupid. Cut your hair. We got Your health is more important. And that's the way I see it, and I know that's the way he would see it too. But cutting your hair because you're mad at him for something he didn't even do, now that is freaking stupid. And I would have done what he did. And he was right to do it, to show her how stupid she was being. It wasn't smart. It was dumb. It was putting something that had nothing to do with them in front of them and making, it made her think, and she thought, and she apologized and everything. But the hair was gone. She could put, fake hair, but that's still gone. So anyway, I grew back by the time she left working there. She had long hair again. It wasn't as long as before and as beautiful as before, but it was hair. Anyway, um, tell me what you think about it. Would you have acted like those other women exploding and everything, or would you just accept that their relationship worked for them? You know, and that you should think before you react, especially when the other person has done nothing wrong. Anyway, see you in church. Don't forget to subscribe and put a little hi and leave a message and tell me what do you think. I'll see you. AA, see you in church.